The big blue giant Facebook just hosted its Meta Quest Game Showcase for 2022, which previewed all the upcoming games for the Quest 2 VR headset. Last year's big surprise announcement was the VR port of Resident Evil 4, which turned out to be pretty damn good according to reviewers. But some of the games announced for the near future will probably get your face pretty sweaty, because you're wearing a VR headset to play them, or because you're so stimulated you're oozing from the gamer pores. Let's get it. Alrighty, Stallions and Stallionettes, welcome to the Gamer Heaven. I am your host, AK40 Kevin. Sharing my screen over here, I have a couple of articles pulled up that will be cited or sourced down there in the description below. Both of these articles, this one from The Verge and this one from Tech Radar, came out today, and they are virtually saying the same information. However, both of them have games that the other one does not. And I couldn't find an article that was all-encompassing, so I'll just cite both of them down there. Now, one thing to note right off the get-go is that the Oculus 2 headset is now being branded as the Meta Quest, which, as we know, Facebook acquired Oculus back in 2014, and has actually been doing some pretty good things with the Oculus brand and headsets, value-wise. A lot of people don't agree with the fact you have to have an active Facebook account in order to log in or even use your Oculus, and if you get banned off Facebook, it bricks your headset. That's pretty whack, for lack of a better word, but their bang for buck or price to performance with their headsets is awesome. The first interesting title that was announced is a new Ghostbusters VR game. The game looks spooky, but not in a piss your pants kind of a way. More of a two golden drips than a chuckle, because it's more of a cartoony scary game, as this game is most likely going to be rated E for everyone, but it does look rather fun and rather immersive. Next up, coming to the Oculus, or I should say Meta Quest, is going to be the Mercenaries mode integrated into Resident Evil 4, which was the big announcement from last year. So if you've been playing that game and enjoying it, you now have Mercenaries mode, where sure enough, you can play as multiple mercenaries. Surprise. Now, this is probably the biggest announcement in my opinion, and I do think will gain the most traction, and that is Among Us VR. Among Us absolutely blew up on the scene 2 years ago. Last year, it was massive. All the streamers are playing it. It is very impressive considering that is an indie game with a very small team and virtually no budget, but the core gameplay was so fun and enjoyable, and everyone loves to lie to their friends directly to their face. No, that shirt doesn't make you look fat. No, I didn't sleep with your girlfriend, bro. So people really enjoyed lying. No, it's not lying. Bluffing and then popping out of air conditioning or HVAC vents to slit their friends' throats. It was a good time for everyone involved, except for the person that just got bamboozled by their friend. But now they have a VR mode, which I think looks so cool, considering you were walking through the spaceship, the space station, and doing all those actual activities by using your hands, as opposed to just touch controls or a controller. Next up, put the kids to bed and pop on your headset, not because you're going to do anything weird, but because you're going to play Bone Lab, which is from the makers of Boneworks, a PC VR exclusive title that is now being ported or sent over to the Quest 2 as a standalone title. Boneworks was known for pushing the boundaries of realistic weapon handling, combat, and platforming. Bone Lab, the sequel, now has a new story and builds upon its predecessor with new maps, new weapons, and new avatars you can play as. And given the history studio of making intense experiences that involve your whole body, every inch of it, it'll probably be a title that experienced VR players that don't get motion sick will get the most out of. It looks pretty sick from looking at this footage. It really does. It wouldn't be a Meta Quest event if they didn't mention Beatsaber in a new DLC pack or add-on. This is called the Electronic Mixtape. So if you like those dank bangers that dubstep or don't rep, you're gonna like this because it's an electronic mixtape with tracks from Deadmau5 or Deadma 5, Fatboy Slim, Marshmello, Pendulum, and more. The release date hasn't been shared yet, but the pack will go for $13 or $2 per song. And that's also going to come out on the Rift, PSVR, and Steam headset. Do you hate walking around your hometown but love exploring virtual cities? Well, then Cities VR is for you. It's a city building simulator like SimCity. It aims to provide a more immersive view of cities that you can build and destroy. She comes out April 28th for $30, and you can get a 10% discount by pre-ordering that bad boy ahead of release day. Lock it in if you want a pedestrian simulator. For you sports games nuts, and you've got to be nuts with the recent condition of sports games, we have NFL Pro Era, which is the first ever VR football game backed up by the NFL. Officially licensed, girl. It's a football experience that's played in first-person view. Obviously, it's VR. And the game will feature a season mode that lets you build your team all the way up to the Super Bowl. It appears to be shaping up nicely. You can play games, participate in drills, or just play catch with friends in VR. It'll release in the fall, and the game will also be on PSVR. Next up, we have a charming sequel to a darling game. You remember the indie VR title Moss? Well, this is Moss Book 2, which stars a very cute mouse, just doing mouse things in a virtual world. This game debuted a few weeks ago for PSVR, and Quest owners won't have to wait long before they get to dig their teeth into this wheel of cheese. Next up, Skydance Interactive is dunking a hot banger on your chin. Get ready to put your zombie apocalypse survival skills to the test with this year's Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter Deuce or 2 Retribution, which launches later this year. Following on from the original, where players decided to either save or condemn Nolans. I can't do it. Skydance Interactive will put fans back into the action in an even tougher fight for survival. There's more walkers, fewer resources, and a brand new threat that's out for blood. The threat is probably the battery life of the Quest 2 headset. I've covered that. Next up, we have a JRPG titled Ruins Magus. You play as a novice wizard, exploring a long-forgotten labyrinth of ruins hidden below the streets of Grand Anus. That's Amnus, my apologies. As players explore their control over mystic arts, developing new skills, turning them into fully fledged Magus. Releasing later this year, the base game promises to deliver plenty of content, with 26 fully voice-acted quests featuring Japanese voice actors. Is 26 a lot for VR? Because for like a normal game, that'd be a short campaign. I guess the bar is set lower for VR games. Time to make them splatter. Grab your headset. We're playing Dark Matter 2. Picking up right where the previous game left off, players must continue their quest to stop the red matter by traveling across the solar system. On your way, you'll uncover dark secrets as you do your best to save humanity. Vertical Robot promises that Dead Matter 2 is a more ambitious adventure than its previous title, with more variety in the tools and puzzles you'll be faced with. There's no release date yet, but the team has said they'll share more details with us later in the year. I should hope so, or else we don't know when and where to buy it. Last but not least, we saved the best for last. This game is gonna slap ass. We're of course talking about Aspire 2. Return to the intriguing world of international espionage. In this follow-up to their 2019 spy thriller, players will once again be sent on the impossible mission to prevent the launch of a terrifying untraceable missile. Wielding an array of high-tech gizmos, it's time to pull off your best Ethan Hunt impressions as you sneak behind enemies and give them the Husker Du how do you do. Plus, this time you don't need to work alone, as Aspire 2 will feature co-op campaign sets, so you and a teammate can be bumping into each other in the living room. This looks pretty good in my opinion. Gunplay looks good. Graphics look as good as it can be for modern VR. No release date, no price. Now you're all caught up on the latest and greatest titles coming to the Quest, Meta Quest 2, I should say, in the near future. So make sure you don't get banned off Facebook or you're gonna brick your $300 headset and you'll be able to enjoy these games in the near future. I really am not a fan of the fact you have to link a Facebook account, but the headset is bomb. In fact, it is my top recommendation for a headset. Over the HTC Vive, over the Valve Index, over the Oculus Rift, the Quest 2 is the best overall headset. Other higher-end headsets, flagship headsets that are in the $1,000 price point, do certain things better, but overall, if you look at the fit and finish and the overall package and features packed in to the $300 Quest 2, it's uncomparable to anything else on the market. In a good way. Good ass headset. Drop in the comment section below which of these titles, if any, you're excited to get your hands on. If you own a VR headset, which one, and what do you think of VR as a whole? I personally think it's super fun and immersive, but we haven't really skimmed the surface of what VR can be. The technology is just crossing the threshold into very enjoyable immersive experiences where we don't have the screen door effect anymore, with high resolutions per eye and being able to dial in your interpupillary distance. That was a hard one to say. And I will be making a separate video on Sony's upcoming headset, the PSVR 2 for the PlayStation 5, as that has some insane features and is going to be an amazing piece of tech. If you enjoyed the video, liking it helps it to get seen by more gamers. This information will reach and assist them as well, which in turn helps me grow this little channel, which I do greatly appreciate. Subscribe for more content like this. I cover news in the gaming community and industry, tutorials helping you get set up streaming and YouTubing, as well as honest gaming product reviews, keyboards, mice, headsets, controllers, mics, chairs, etc. There are some hefty exclusive discount codes found only in the description of my videos and only for the audience here at Gamer Heaven. Check out Into the AM for some of the sickest looking and most comfortable cloth to ever grace my gaming giblets. If you don't want to be scorching your corneas with harmful blue light, check out Gamer Advantage, the only blue light glasses on the market that look sexy and actually work. If you're looking for a custom controller that'll blow the competition's tits back? AIM definitively has the best bang for buck or price to performance when it comes to Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch controllers. Nope, they don't do Switch, but they do gaming mice. I said doo-doo. I have links to all my other platforms and socials in the description below. If you need a quick laugh or blast of gamer adrenaline, check my short form videos out at TikTok. To get in touch with myself and the Stallions and Stallionettes of Gamer Heaven, join the community Discord, and check me out at twitch.tv where I go live every other leap year on a blue moon if it falls into an odd calendar number, and my pH balance is on point. Just kidding, starting June I'm going to be live streaming a lot. Thanks for watching. This has been AK40 Kevin hosting Gamer Heaven, and I'll see you tomorrow because I upload daily. All the time. 60% of the time. Sometimes. Most of the time. Peace.